Hello everyone and welcome back to another object competition video. But before we get on to today's competition, guys, like always, we need to go over the results of the previous competition, which was the Barely Hatable World competition. So, looking at the results here, it looks like it was a very close one. So, it looks like Chris, formerly known as Siren, he took it by 10 votes. And Demonic was right behind him on 9 votes. It was so close between those two guys. It was just, we had 1 vote apart that split them apart. So if we have, this was Demonic's world here. So if we're zooming in, there was his one. And then Chris's one was, where's it gone? Which one? I think it was this, was it this one? I want to say it was that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this one here. Let me just double check that. So, let me just go over his submission from the previous one. You remember to put your names in them, guys. Otherwise, when I go back, I can't see whose was whose. So, Anatolian. So, yeah, that was it there. So, that was our winner, and that was our second place right there. So, yeah, very, very nice indeed. So, yeah, Chris took it with this object here. So, very, very nice indeed. And yeah, massive thank you to everyone who participated in that object competition as well. It's quite an interesting one, the Barely Hatable World. But yeah, today's one is going to be almost the opposite to this in a way. So yeah, without further ado, let's get onto it. Okay everyone, so moving on to today's competition, as voted by you guys, like always, we are doing a very young planet competition. So this should be pretty interesting. So I'm assuming we're going to get a lot of hot planets in here, planets that are still forming, all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's see what you guys have prepared for us here. Okay, so where are we? Let's go to objects. I should scroll down a bit. Where are we? Aha! Right. Okay. So first up, we have got Saulo's objects. So as we can see, already a very, very hot world indeed here. Okay, so looking pretty cool indeed. So look at that. Very, very hot. Is that like frozen ice or water there? I mean, that's quite a cool effect. Interesting. Okay, so there's Talos. He didn't give us a description this time round. Okay. Right, moving on. Next up, we have Chris's object here. So yeah, actually going back to Chris, he obviously won the last one. He's won 10 times now in object competition history. So going all the way back to season 3, 2, and 1 of object competitions, yeah, he's made it to 10 victories across the board now. So yeah, massive congrats to him for that as well. And he's also put in the chat as well, because we gave him a little a well done in the announcements here. So he says he's forfeiting all of his objects now. So he's just posting them for fun. So you will not be able to vote for his objects. So please keep that in mind. So yeah, anyways, here is his object. So it doesn't look very friendly at all. It looks like it was a Venus texture originally, with you can see by all the lines on it. Let's have a little look underneath all these clouds and atmosphere. And yeah, that was definitely a Venus texture, but my god, that does not look like a friendly object whatsoever. Look at the state of that. Now that just looks, that looks very, very monstrous. I mean, it does look very, very early in its stage, you know, still forming, very, very unstable, hot, just absolutely horrible place to be at the moment in its current stage of its life. You know, it's just very, very early days, this object, still forming. Also, you're going to get bombarded, the surface hasn't formed yet. I mean, that's it. It's a cool looking world. Did he give us a description at all for this guy? Okay. Interesting. Arcus is a young, hot protoplanet in a system with over 30 other protoplanets. Future collisions with other worlds will happen, but for now it is calmer on this extreme world. Its surface is mainly covered in hot lava and volcanoes. The sky is covered in clouds mainly made out of water vapor and sulfur dioxide. Okay. The composition of the atmosphere is far from ideal. It houses 57% carbon dioxide, 4% hydrogen sulfide, 8% sulfur dioxide, 22% water vapor, 6% oxygen, and 3% nitrogen. Despite this world having none of the ideal conditions for life we know and is extremely devoid of life, it will eventually house a world of a lot of different sorts of organisms more than 1 billion years in the future. But that's a story for a different time. So yeah, a world. Remember, all planets that are habitable do start off uninhabitable. So, I mean, yeah, the Earth at one point could have looked like this, for all we know. You know, it would have had, obviously, it would have been very hot, lava everywhere, all that. So, you know, just because it looks like this now doesn't mean it won't be friendly later on. So, yeah, there we go. So that is Arcus. So remember, you will not be able to vote on this object. Next up, we have got eGarbage. This is formerly Anonymous. So this is what he has got for us here. And he's also sent us another audio file. Now, apparently the one in the last video wasn't the best, so apologies for that. So what I need to do is, I need to turn up my desktop sound, because I didn't turn up the desktop audio. I only turned off the Universe Sandbox audio. So what we need to do is, when I play this file, we're going to need to turn up the computer volume. I need to turn my mic down and all that. So let me get the submission up on the PC here. So where is his one? Let's see here. Okay, so you can listen to it if you want to open up the planet. Okay, this should be pretty cool. So where are we? Where's his submission from this one? That was his last one I was looking at. Okay, so I recommend playing the audio through OBS. It can actually be heard on video. Okay, interesting. Right. So I've also got an audio transcript here. Okay. Right. So the file is 2 minutes 50 seconds long. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to turn off the Universe Sandbox audio. Then I'm going to turn up my desktop audio. So we're going to put that nice and high so you guys should be able to hear everything. So for instance, if I was to turn the audio on now, that would be a lot louder than it normally would be. So we're going to have that switched off. I'll turn up my computer volume just a bit as well. And then when we're ready to press play. So I'll look back before we move on to the next object just to make sure this has picked up everything correctly. So without further ado, let's press play and see what his object is all about.
J4 green level acknowledged. Retrieving files. Greetings. We at NG Corporation thank you once more for voluntarily accepting to be part of our program. As is standard, we expect only the highest quality of work from our volunteers. Oftentimes, this necessitates a challenge to overcome with precision and ease. With that, allow us to present our newest challenge. Subject 4922. Description. 4922 is a young, rocky planet with a mass 99.01% of Earth, and a radius of 0.99 Earths. Its atmospheric pressure is around 97.2 kPa, with a composition 78% nitrogen, 12% H2O, and 5% oxygen and carbon dioxide. With an ovular-shaped orbit, its temperature can reach low -20s in the early winter, and high 80s in the late summer. While it attains many Earth-like attributes, these are likely subject to change. 4922 orbits a binary system, of which its parent objects are a class R star, and a black hole with a mass of 3 suns. These have been dubbed RS1 and B3, respectively. B3's origins are currently unknown, and its existence does not co-align with our knowledge of universal principles. The NGC and IGC theorize that B3 is a primordial black hole, the first of its kind to have been observed. While its age cannot be accurately measured, its formation was likely in the latter periods of the universe's transition to lower density and lower energy states. Absorbing what mass it could, it appears to have traveled through space for an unknown amount of time, before entering into an orbit around RS1 roughly 400 million years ago. RS1 is a class Reaper star, otherwise known as Class R, with an age of roughly 1.2 billion years. NGC researchers have dubbed it HR, pending, citing its otherwise crude and anomalous formation. Any and all other information is classified. Objective. You have been tasked with overseeing the planet's real integrity and guaranteeing the safety and return to surface of all surviving colonists. Upon completing your mission, you shall be rewarded on an S22 outpost. Dismissed.
Okay, everyone. So, what do you think of that? That was pretty cool. I gotta say, that was really, really cool. So, yeah, I checked the audio. That was all fine. So, yeah, let's move on now. So, that was eGarbage's one, or Anonymous as he used to be known as. So, we'll go ahead and line that one up there. Okay, moving on. So, next up, we have got Endy's one, and we have got a gas giant. Probably the first gas giant we have seen in a long time in object competitions. So, Here we go. So, let's see. Did he give us any description? Yes, he did. Here is my submission. Lower the temperature to 0 after you're done to get a better look at the colours. No description this time. Okay, cool. So it looks like he tinted it as well. So it's a nice sort of glowing hot purple and pinky colour there. Looking good. So, very nice. Obviously got a few different coloured bands. We'll lower the temperature like he said. So that's what it looks like underneath. But obviously if it's a gas giant still forming, it's going to have that higher temperature. So there we go, looking good. What we'll do is we'll just lower it so we can line it up with the other guys a little easier. So something like that, that's good. So let's put it there. Alright, awesome. So next up we have got Kerbals one. So let's see what they have got for us. Okay, ooh. Alright. So let's see, have they give us any description? Let's have a look. This young planet already has oceans, yet is hot enough to have glowing spots which can be somewhat difficult to see due to the dark tint. I also hit it with a bunch of asteroids to make some fresher impacts. Okay, cool. So, let's have a little look underneath. So you can see the impacts. Whoa, okay. Oh, there they are, yeah, alright. So still getting beaten up a bit in the formation period. So if we look underneath, very, very dark. You can see, yeah, there is oceans going on there. Interesting stuff. That almost looks like Africa. Interesting. Huh. So yeah, those clouds look pretty cool as well. I do like the clouds. So let's get a little look around behind it as well. So there's your crater marks. Looking pretty cool. Alrighty. Alright, that's looking good. It does look very similar to an Earth texture. See, I wonder if it is or not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But yeah, there it is. So atmosphere and clouds back on. Looking good. So there's Kerbals one. Next up we have Minor Bat. Let's have a look at this one. Ooh. What has happened here? Oh, okay. Young planet. So, Minor Bat. He also wants a set of rings with it. Okay, let's do that. So, here it is. You can see it's got a huge crater impact there. Okay. So, he wants rings. Okay, what does he want? 5,000 particles. Okay. So, let's go here. 5,000. Okay. Right. Color orange. Set color to manual. Yeah, you always have to go to manual. So look at that. Nice deep orange, sort of glowing orange. Inner 2 radius, outer 5 radius. Okay, so if we go to radius here, 2 and then 2 radius 5, like that. Okay, and add 2 young planets. So there you go. You get something like that. Looking good. Okay. So, young planet. So the rings do look cool. Okay, this is a protoplanet still in the process of fully forming. I used the same lava ocean trick as I did in the Vulcan competition. Yeah, I remember that was a cool looking planet. I also added many craters using the planetscaping tool. It has many hotspots and recent collisions. The notable being on the back where a smaller protoplanet recently collided. This collision added debris, a debris ring that will later form a moon, much like Earth and Theia. This planet is in its star-habitable zone, so who knows what the future might hold. Okay, yeah, I like it. Actually, speaking of the Vulcan, I think I actually still have a copy of that. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, Minor Bat's Vulcan. So there it is. So you can compare the lava lakes appearance there. So that was the Vulcan, and this is the new one. I gotta say, the new one, it looks a lot better if you ask me. So there it is. I do like that. That is really nice. So if we have a look here, so oceans. So this is all oceans. He's used that lava trick. But yeah, at first glance, you would think that is lava. Unless you have prior knowledge. I mean, yeah, that's really cool. I really like the way that looks. So there we are. And there's obviously the big crater from another object hitting it. It's like the Earth and Theia collision. Very, very nice object indeed there. So there is Minor Bats. Okay, moving on. Next up we have got... So, Saf Phoenix. So this is their word. So welcome to competitions. This is their first competition. I think they put in their description here. Yeah, so Saf Phoenix. This is Oko, also known as Pyrrha V Minoris or Anivia V. It is a super Earth that is 4.2 Earth masses, 1.6 times the size of Earth, and it orbits a young, rapidly spinning B-type star called Aniva. No relation to the character. It's barely 50 million years old, so it has some time to cool down from its fiery formation and has started to form oceans. It orbits at a distance of 19.2 AU, about the distance Uranus orbits the Sun. A clear indication of just how luminous the iridium is the atmosphere is dominated with nitrogen and barely any oxygen. The land masses are simply bare rock and sand due to the current lack of any native life forms. No terraformation plans are in place due to the unstable nature of the star, being a B shell star, and the shortness of its lifespan. Okay. It is believed to only have a further 70 million years in the star's habitable zone before being roasted by the ever-brightening star, as it begins to leave the main sequence state and evolve into a red giant. Hence, it is unlikely this planet will ever host any native life forms. Okay. So anything other than exobacteria. Alright, so there it is. Okay. So a planet that may have had the conditions, but just around the wrong star. Okay, next up we've got Xenonauts one here. So let's spawn that in. It is tiny. It's really, really small. Okay, so Xeonaut, what do they got for us? Well, it's very, very glowy. Okay. So, Xeonaut, let's see here. Okay. So, the aim is a newborn planet orbiting a brown dwarf. Most of its crust is molten and liquefied from extreme collisions. Discovered by humans. System is the Farmer system. Galaxy is NGC 6872. No life. Rings. Okay, so it has some rings as well. Okay, so he also wants them. Okay, so rings. So we need to see here. Yes, inner radius. Okay, so we're doing it in kilometers. We only want 500 particles. So let's put 500. Okay, inner radius. So 1868, and then outer radius he wants 2038. Very specific numbers. And there you go. So it's a nice little ring. Okay. Cool. And he has not given us any other description other than that. So there is Xenonauts one. Very nice indeed. Yeah, nice little guy. I like that. Next up, we have got Chorigi's one. Okay, so we've got a larger object once more. Okay, oh, there it is. Right, so where's his description here? Where are we at? Where is this one? Chorigi. Okay, this is Yamara, a planet about 1.5 times the Earth's mass, orbiting a distant young K-type star embedded in the Dragonfly Nebula. 18,000 light years away, barely 150 million years old. It has already made some good progress on its way to being a life-bearing world, but still has a long way to go. Oceans have already appeared on its surface, however, it's still ravaged by massive storms, lava flows, and frequent asteroid impacts under a primitive hydrogen-dominated atmosphere over 1.5 times thicker than Earth's. Over the next few hundred million years, life will likely take deep hold in the planet's scalding oceans, and signs of complex molecules are already present in the planet's spectrum. Nice. So there it is. I like the way the lava and stuff looks on this area here. That looks really cool. And this area at the top here, I like how he's got like the lava on certain areas of the planet. It does look pretty interesting. I do like that. And what's happened here? That looks really cool. Nice. It looks like there's like a massive crater mark here. It's all frozen. Oh, that's just the bottom of the planet because it's tilted on its side. Okay. Nice. Cool. Alright, next up we have got very young planet. This is Demunix one. Okay, let's see what he has got for us here. Whoa. So we can see it. Craters everywhere. Alright, so that kind of reminds me of young planet one. So this one here. So, yeah. So that's Kerbals. Oh, no, this is... No, that's orbiting that one, yeah. So I'm already getting confused. Because remember to put your names in, guys. Please, put your names in the objects. So, yeah, it reminds me of this one with the craters. So, yeah. That was really cool. This was Minor Bats one, wasn't it? If I remember right. So yeah, that was Minor Bats one. So that was cool. Okay, yeah, back to this one. So, so yeah, this is the Munix one. Look at how barren this world looks. It does look good. So they can see the craters. What has happened there? Whoa, huge impact marks. It kind of reminds me of Mimas in a way as well. So. Very nice. Okay, so quick description this time. The planet is extremely young, 1.41 Earth masses, rocky planet orbiting a star, slightly hotter, sun-like star. The planet and the whole system is only about 1.2 million years old. The planet is so young that a good portion of its surface is covered in lava from all the impacts it experienced and keeps experiencing as it keeps forming. Once it finishes forming, it's estimated it will reach a mass of approximately 1.65 Earth masses, which means the planet on its final sketch of its heavy bombardment period. Something very interesting about about this planet is its composition. Since 90% of the planet is made of iron, which is extremely unusual. This is a very obvious direct visible effect on its cooled solid surface. Since the planet is mostly iron, most of its surface is quite bright and has a pretty high albedo because it's covered in a layer of solidified, recently molten iron. Okay. That's cool. So that's what it looks like as well. So he wants me to use the red nebula background, so I guess we can swap to that. So looks pretty cool. So here it is. Oh, whoops. I tried to undo what I just did, but obviously it won't let me do that. Okay, so yeah, there it is there. So he wanted the background as intended. There you go. So cool. I think also Chris Siren's one, he wanted a certain background, didn't he? So there you go. Yeah, his one does stand out with that as well. Nice. So yeah, there we are. There's both of those. Cool. And yeah, that does it for all of the competition objects in this competition. So yeah, that's our lineup. So looking good. Right, so going them over all once more. So first up we had Saulo's one. So there it is there. So very, very glowy hot. Then we had Chris's one, which you can't vote on. So there it is there. Then we had this one here. So this was E-Garbage's one, or Anonymous. So here's the one with a cool description with the audio file. Then we have Endy's one, going with the gas giant. Then we have Kerbal's one. Then next up is Minobat's one, isn't it? Yes, definitely. Minobat's one, yeah. Then we have Saf Phoenix's one here. Then we have this one here. This is Troiji's one, wasn't it? Yep, Troiji's one. Oh no, that was Troll. No, this is Xeonot's one. Sorry, yeah. Please put your names in, guys. It really going back, it does make it difficult. So there's Troiji's one, and then lastly, we had Demunix at the end there. So yeah, very, very interesting list. I wonder who's going to come out on top of this one. I have to say, I mean, it is an interesting one. So let's get them all lined up. So there you go. We need to make this guy a little bigger, I think. So let's do that. There you go. It's better. So yeah, there is our lineup, guys. So yeah, there we are. So good luck to everyone in this competition. Obviously, massive thank you for everyone who has participated in this one as well. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, again, good luck to all of the guys in the voting process. But yeah, guys, with that all said and done, good luck to everyone once more. And I'll see you in the next object competition video. Goodbye.